Good morning, Dubai, and welcome back to the Love in Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Today, we'll be bringing you the breaking news that 2 missiles have been fired at Abu Dhabi. They were shot down this morning, and thankfully, no casualties have been reported.
And images of the first Dubai to Abu Dhabi passenger train has been revealed.
We'll talk about the news on Friday that a naked man was spotted running around Dubai Marina.
And Madagascar has landed in Dubai, and it's heaps of fun.
But before we get into it all, a quick shout out to our sponsors, which is, of course, City Centre Mirdif, and they are bringing you so much fun down there this weekend. And if you saw our Instagram stories yesterday, Sibra's there having a whale of a time. Interesting animal reference. And while they are the sponsors of the show, the opinions and statements are Love in Dubai's. But let's just jump into our top story. 2 missiles were fired at Abu Dhabi. They were shot down this morning at 4:30 a.m. So Abu Dhabi residents, they actually reported spotting these flashes of light over the capital in the sky. They were in fact ballistic missiles launched by Houthi terrorists. Now, the UAE has confirmed that the 2 missiles were launched aimed at the capital, and the UAE armed forces intercepted these ballistic missiles and they were shot down. And thankfully, like we said, no casualties were reported.
The UAE Ministry of Defense said that the attack did not result in any casualties, and the remnants of the intercepted and destroyed ballistic missiles fell into separate grounds at the Emirates. The statement following the UAE is ready to deal with any threats that is taking necessary measures to protect the state from attack.
So immediately after, we already have a statement from the Ministry of Defense on this, and they've added in previous statements that the ministry believes that the terrorist militia is spreading terrorism and chaos in the region in order to achieve its illegal aims and objectives. And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the UAE reserves the right to respond to these sinister attacks and describe them as heinous crimes committed by the Houthi militia, of course, which is outside international and humanitarian laws. So it's another kind of shocking breaking news that we unfortunately have to deliver to you this morning. You can see some footage shared on Twitter, which is going viral. And then we also have kind of like the comments coming in of everyone. I think it's just basically a very scary time.
It is. A lot of people are obviously worried and concerned, but you can see that the proactivity taken, we shouldn't feel like we're in any direct danger. Thankfully, there is a level of just awareness as to what's going on. The Emirates in general are very, very proactive with everything that's happening. In the comments also, people are shocked, but just acknowledging that the efforts that were taken were just in time.
It's a shocking and it's a scary time. One comment, Neha, she said, "Oh my God, this makes me so sad. I don't live in the UAE, but I love and respect for the leaders and people so much. Good job for intercepting. It feels like everyone's responsibility to be vigilant over there and report any suspicious objects." 4:30 a.m. last night, there was flashing lights in the sky, and the UAE Defense Forces were thankfully able to bring them down, and no casualties were reported. But as we've said previously, the UAE is not taking this lightly. The fact that civilian infrastructures were basically targeted is a cause for, I think, even internationals to jump in at this case. So we are asking the UN for a meeting, and we have a lot of support from major powers internationally because it's a violation, in their words, a flagrant violation of international law.
Yep. And yeah, I totally agree that the UN also have been very vocal about what's happening, and just that there's a level of awareness that this is obviously unacceptable and shouldn't be happening to begin with. But
scary time.
100%. I'm getting heart palpitations.
This
Okay.
is the thing. You wake up and it's another kind of like jigsaw piece in some kind of news that we just wish wasn't ongoing. But the UAE forces are on it.
But what's scary is that this story could have been completely different, you know? So again, back to the proactivity, like it would have resulted in different outcomes, but the fact that there was that level of proactivity,
We're super thankful.
100% super grateful, and it's just good to be in the UAE with so much acknowledgement over what's going on in general. But moving on to our second story, we've got a sneak peek of the high-tech AD to Dubai passenger train. So the 50 million dirham program is a project by Etihad Rail and was launched in December 2021. I can't read from here, I'm having difficulties reading. Set to be the largest integrated system for transport goods and passengers across the country. The train is expected to hit speed at 200 kilometers an hour, and passengers can travel from AD to Dubai in 50 minutes and from AD to Fujairah in 100 minutes. By 2030, the number of passengers is expected to reach more than 36.5 million annually.
That's amazing.
That's a lot.
That just shows the growth in the UAE. But I like, this is so exciting because obviously it's always been the bus. Back in my day when I was living in Abu Dhabi, you'd hop on the bus in the center, you'd come up and then you'd get your taxi from Ibn Battuta to wherever you were going. But actually, that was probably like an hour and a half long, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. And it was fairly cost friendly. This piece, it's not the Hyperloop, but it's getting there.
But have you seen it? These pictures are next level. There's like a whole like kitchen area. The seats look
I didn't see the
nifty.
kitchen area. What? Is this like a take your own and?
It's so good. Like I feel like there's gonna be a kettle. It's just next level. It looks super future. Maybe not during
Dream
COVID
big,
times.
guys. Dream big.
But it looks so futuristic. Once again, the UAE has done it again. It's so next level. I've never seen a method of transport that looks this high tech. The images are beside us that you can check out. And the fact that by 2030, there's going to be 36.5 million users passengers in the train system. It's insane.
Yeah, 100%. Two things I like about it. I love in the photos the contrast of the contrast of the hype, the super modern rail versus the backdrop of the desert. I think that's going to look so cool. Secondly, I like what it's going to do to property prices, because you could potentially live in Fujairah, live in Abu Dhabi. Not that I plan on moving, but I mean, it kind of opens it up. And whether or not there'll be stops on the route, do we know that? Because that would mean like you could that would bring out different kind of more affordable accommodation. And the UAE, we're on so much gorgeous coastline, especially, and here in Dubai, we're kind of building inland, but I want to go like out that way. I want to live on the coast on beach, and maybe this is going to make that happen for me.
It's going to look so good. I just thought of the views like along the way. That's going to look super dope.
It's like what's that famous train in Switzerland?
I have no idea.
And it's just like this gorgeous one that just goes up the Alps, and people just go on it for the train journey itself. Will it be the same here? The Bernia Express, it goes through the Alps.
Bernia Express.
Oh
yeah, I know.
Well done.
Thank you. But yeah, honestly, super exciting. Transport for people who are commuting to and from work every day. That's gonna save ideally money. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be significantly cheaper than getting a car there every day, and also the time that you'd be saving, avoiding traffic every day, and you get bomb views. Like it's so good.
The bomb views, 100%.
I'm so looking forward for this. I've been to AD for the first time last week, but like just taking.
You went to Abu Dhabi for the first time last week? Where have you been? What have you been doing?
I had no one.
What did you do this weekend? I had no one to go with. That's Shakir's response to everything. I had no one to go with. I would go with you.
Thanks.
What did you do there?
Well, it was for.
The golf. The golf was amazing.
Yep.
That was your first. Okay, you have so much more to do in Sweden.
I know. I didn't realize that Ferrari World was also there. I don't know.
Warner Brothers World.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Well, I didn't.
Yas Island in general, like water parks, theme parks.
I'm looking forward to it.
You need a week to just, and then obviously like the Louvre.
Oh yeah. Can we actually go together? Please.
Chickside Grand Mosque.
But you'll go with me, right?
Moving on to the
Anyway.
story. No, joking. There's a lot for you to do and see. Like, it's amazing, and it's only an hour drive, 50 minutes on the train.
It's going to be exactly 50 minutes. That's 4 chapters of a book, right?
Well, I'm a slow reader.
And
it depends on the book.
Honestly, don't even read.
On that note, let's move into our next story. We are getting a couple of questions about Abu Dhabi coming through now. If you're joining the show, that was our top story. So we'll have this all posted on socials so you can jump back into that later on. But let's move into our next story. We're talking about a naked man who was spotted running around Dubai Marina on Friday. So authorities, you've seen the videos, I'm sure, and we posted a photo on Love in Dubai. Authorities have made a statement on the ruckus that happened to JBR on Friday, in which a nude man lashed out at a delivery driver and also a security man. In doing so, he stopped traffic. The man has been arrested, and investigations show that he is suffering from a mental health disorder.
The statement reads, Dubai police today arrested an Arab national for obscene behavior in public. Investigation shows that he suffered from severe mental disorder.
And on that note, here's just hoping he gets the help he needs, and that the topic of mental health can be brought forward, and that it leads to more awareness and conversations surrounding it. Let's move on to our next story.
Well, we're all familiar with the hilarious characters King Julian, Marty, and Alex from the Madagascar movies. Well, this month they're having a live stage show, meet and greet for the kids, and activities all in the Central Galleria in city centre Mirdif.
You might have seen our stories yesterday. It's so much fun, and the best part about it is it's completely free. But to enter the kids' activity areas, the customers need to shop 300 dirham, and the family can enter the kids' activities after that. So basically, you probably need to show them your receipt or however it usually works. But what's really also cool is that there's something for parents too. So when you're shopping and you get your 300 dirham receipt, you will automatically enter the draw to win 1 million share points.
The live show will take place until the end of the month, 31st of January 2022.
But please go on to our Instagram stories, because I forgot how much love I had for Madagascar.
I was gonna ask you, was it one of those movies growing up that you'd watch and you're like, this movie's different, like it's special, they're funny on another level?
100%.
And you know what's really cool is that it's something for the kids to go to. And so obviously, you know, when you're taking your kids shopping, they might not have the best time shopping with you just because they're like, Mom, I want to do something, Dad, I want to do something. So it's a good way for you to say, do your homework, and this is a nice little reward.
Oh, a bribe. A bribe. Are you going to be a bribing parent?
It's not a bribe, it's motivation. That's how I like to think of it.
That is a great word for it, because one of my siblings, they're kind of bribey parents. So they'll be like, they'll be like, okay, we'll go to Madagascar, but for a full week, or for even 2 weeks. But teachers do it too. Motivation is such a better word than bribe. I love that positive spin.
Let's talk.
So a motivation for kids is to let them know that Madagascar is down at city centre Mirdif.
Question, have you thought about when you have kids one day, if you want to have kids one day, whether or not you're going to have certain shows be a part of their life, or certain movies? Like, it's just too good for them to miss out.
I hadn't.
Like, I thought about this recently, don't know why. But
what made the cut for you?
I think I was thinking about Madagascar last night. What made the cut? Madagascar for sure.
I just think of all the Madagascar quotes, like the
smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave, boys. It's so transferable to now.
Literally, they're so relevant. They were so ahead of their time. And also, like, when Madagascar 2 came out, the CGI was not CGI, sorry, just the animation effects were so good.
I don't.
Do you not think so?
I didn't see it.
Well,
but this is it. So by the time, if and ever, we decide to bring younger people into the world, how different do you think the effects will be? So you'll be like, kids, look at this, and they'll be like, Dad, that's so whack. It's not in the meta.
Gina, it's not in the meta. That's so next level. Watching movies in the metaverse, but also there was a movie that came out recently. I think it was a Disney movie, and I saw a tweet talking about how defined the characters were, from the hairlines to like the back hairs. Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
No.
It starts with an E.
Can we talk about Shahir's incredible fast? I've never seen you work so fast your whole life.
The shades. What a way to start the Monday morning.
I like to bring some positive vibes.
Encanto?
Do you mean Enchanted?
No, it's this one.
Oh,
It's a
Encanto.
brand new movie. Encanto. But
It looks like a mix of Enchanted and Moana.
one of the songs in this movie had the highest, like it surpassed Let It Go. So it just goes to show how mesmerizing these movies are.
Whoa.
Right?
How did it know? I disagree.
I don't know what song it is, to be honest.
Exactly. Like Let It Go it was like Baby Shark. It was on repeat in our minds for 3 years. Like there's no way.
It surpassed Baby Shark. It was in a whole other. There were adults listening to it. It was always on MTV.
Okay, let's do a people's vote. First of all, how do you phrase this? Have you heard of Let It Go or the song that we don't know the name of from Enchanto?
Okay, let me look for the song.
Let it go.
I spelled it wrong.
Let it go.
We don't talk about Bruno. It might be that one. Surface pressure. I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna give you some time here.
Okay, I don't know what. Anyways.
So Let It Go or the unnamed song from Enchanto. You know, I bet you will play it. I'm like, oh yeah, but still, Let It Go was like, you know, every single person from the age of 3 to 133
100%
knew the words.
100%.
Like it's in my head right now, and now it's going to be in my head for the rest of the day.
I'll play Nicki Minaj throughout the day. Hopefully that will help.
Okay, thanks. And your positive affirmations. On that positive note, and also the reason I made a little thing there is because I heard Ali from next door, by the way, guys. Ali has been moved in our new studio, which we should probably do a little bit of intro now. He's been moved into the other room, and I can hear him on my earbud. And the only thing he's contributed during the show was when you mentioned Madagascar too, and he was like, I've seen it. We miss those, Ali. We miss them. You'll be so missed.
Come back to this room. It's not the same without you.
It's certainly not. But also, Simran was working yesterday, so she's a little bit late today. So Shahir was taking her place in our brand new alien-esque spaceship, starship.
So futuristic.
Nikki saw it. She thought it. We're living it. Studio. Guys, we're back with you every single weekday morning. Thank you so much for joining. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Goodbye from me.
And me.